right, people, we have DeFi Technologies, and that's going to be ticker symbol DEFT, and they are up today. And I had seen something on them. Well, I actually have been looking at these guys because, all right, I'm going to try to see what I think they do. They are a public exchange traded, okay, they're a fintech between traditional finance and decentralized finance. You could sort of say it's sort of similar to DVLT here. Well, DVLT's doing more. Okay, it makes money in 4 primary ways. Management fees from its Valour ETP subsidiary exchange-traded product-backed single asset basket, proprietary arbitrage and yield trading through DeFi Alpha, venture investments in early-stage DeFi protocols, and node infrastructure and validation services. Okay, then they have their stablecoin launch. This is what had given them a boost today, people. Wait a minute. A landmark milestone for venture portfolio company stablecoin QCAD becomes Canada's first compliant KAD stablecoin. So that financial company, same thing, Bridging, is pleased to announce its venture portfolio company, Canada Stablecorp, and the QCAD Digital Trust have achieved a significant milestone, approved as the first compliant CAD stablecoin. So that, and let's see. The Stillman Digital plus Copper GoDark, an institutional dark pool revenue for large digital assets trades. SOFV5 for tokening sovereign debt into Bitcoin-denominated instruments. See, validator nodes on Solana. This, it's very, the Valour ETP, I was looking at that at the bottom. Wait, a deep crypto native, they just put him on. Scaling company from 10 million market cap, strong European fintech pedigree. They had revenue of 22 million, operating income 9, 2025 revenue 80, on track for 100 million full year versus 38 million in 2024. So, Valour AOM, the single DeFi have yielded 3 to 5 million in days. This is a risky one, people. But minimal patent focus. I had compared them to cash runway, 114 billions after 150 million equity raise in October. That's why they're on that down. Because, wait a minute. Yeah, that definitely did not do them well there. Oh, yeah. Then droppings. Okay, but anyways. So, dominant player in related crypto ETPs outside the US, especially Europe. That's something to note, even though they might not be as known here. Also, they had went into the UAE with something, which I think is something. And then I had asked Valour, this is what Valour is, generates management fees as a core revenue stream by issuing and managing a suite of over 100 exchange-traded projects, ETPs. So, that's how they're doing. They're getting a lot of their money here. Which, as long as all this crypto stuff keeps continuing to be the rage, that could. Low to zero management fees. It's competitive edge, often lower than rivals, charging 2.5. Fully hedged products. Interesting. Then, also, over the summer, that's when I started to look at them, because somebody asked me about them over the summer in July. That was a big deal for them. So people should keep in mind they're still expanded into Dubai. Then I have my DVLT one, because DVLT is the one I really like. And I still have not bought more DVLT people, because I could have got it here, but I guess I was thinking things could still be plummeting, so I wasn't sure what to do then. But now I know it can definitely go back down to the low $1 range. So that's what I'm going to wait for, because I think DVLT is the interesting play here. All right, so here are all of our articles here on DVLT. They are a Web3 infrastructure centered on an AI-driven data monetization, asset tokenization, and secure digital marketplace, offering proprietary platforms for high-margin licensing and exchange in sectors like energy, biotech, media. See, so they are not like DeFi, but I don't know, they kind of, I see them the same way because they both have those crazy rises. So wait, focus on non-dilutive acquisitions and recurring revenue from IP enforcement. In contrast, DEFT functions as a financial technology firm bridging traditional capital markets and decentralized finance to diversified investment products. They're both very complicated. DVLT has built a robust network including IBM Watson X for AI integrations. NEAX, Burke, credentials, all of these. And then, okay, this was the World Boxing event. So this is something that they got today for a monetization, unlocking scalable fan data tokenization, MTB Mining Limited for a 7 million raw earth asset deal, and Skylax Company for equity financing tranches, plus ongoing negotiations with governments and banks for RW tokenization. DEFT's partnerships are more finance-orientated, featuring Stablecorp for the QCAD compliant CID, the launch of Canada's first. The Stillman Digital with Copper GSR for the dark pool assets. All right, I said those ones. Then the leadership. We have DVLT's team and co-founder, CMO Sonia Choi, who drives marketing revenue strategy with a background in IP monetization and government projects like the U.S. Strategic Partnership. President Mark of Subsidiary Compute with decades in trade show innovation, and innovator Nathan Bradley with 65 patents and 20 years building public companies. DEF is led by newly appointed Jonah, I don't know, with co-founder contributing to early strategy and a focus on fintech expertise. Connections. DVLT's connections span across industry ecosystems like defense via U.S. government pilots, healthcare through LifeGenX, energy infrastructure with MTB and Triton, media with the World Boxing and Turner Global, bolstered by IBM's enterprise cloud, ties with Korea Aerospace University. DEF's network deeply embedded in crypto finance with institutional ties to GSR, Copper for dark pools, regional ETP, distributors in Europe, largest Solana manager, North America compliance via stablecoin. Revenue. All right, well then it comes down. DVLT Q3 2025, 2.9, up 148. And wait a minute. And then DEF, 22.5 million with 9 million operating income full year 2024 at 38.37 million. So, I don't know, people. What would you say to that? And we have them here. Wait a minute. So, Q3. People, if you like crypto stuff, I think this one might be a better play than ASST, maybe. I don't know. Actually, I have these shitty calls for them, so I'll see how they end up. January 15th at $4, my dumbass. All right, we'll see what happens. Maybe I'll get them. Damn. Because if they come up, I bought them for, I don't know, decent, cheaper. So anyways, if that, we'll see. That's what I had looked at with them before. Wait a minute. And then year-to-date 2025, over 80 million, on track for 100 million. So, but then also they had them with their DVLT raised guidance to 30 and 2026 to over 200 million. DEF reaffirmed 200 million for 2025 and plans to have 2026-2025 annual, highlighting Valour's 98.7 million AUM and 115 million net flows. Products, theirs is a DVLT platform for AI, ML, data valuation, and monetization. And the audio sync, the holographic engagement, all these different things. And you have DEF is the Valour ETP listed. Solana, Alpha trading desk for arbitrage, QCAD stablecoin, node infrastructure for blockchain validation, governance tools, patents. DVLT has 70 patents. DEF, no primary, but doesn't seem like that matters to them. Position itself as a pioneer in RW tokenization and data licensing with a high vertically integrated stack for high margin scalability across public and private sectors, whereas DEF establishes leadership in regulated DeFi exposure with 1 billion plus AUM and ETPs, emphasizing diversified revenue from fees, trades, and ventures in a volatile crypto market, marked by NASDAQ uplisting, debt repayment, and acquisitions like Stillman Digital for institutional execution. DVLT faces execution risk and IP enforcement, regulatory hurdles for tokenization exchanges. Not so much, because this administration seems to like it a lot. DEF contends with crypto volatility impacting AUM fees, regulatory pressure, and DeFi competition from ETF giants, though mitigated by 114 million cash runway into 2029. So they say. They always say that, people. DVLT appeals to those betting on AI blockchain convergence and RWA hype with explosive guidance multiples. Well, I don't know. If you were going to say these complicated financial crypto asset RDW stocks, DeFi versus DVLT, would probably definitely want to look at these income statements. You have this is going to be DVLT, but things can change, I guess, quickly for DVLT. But then if we're going to look at DeFi, DEFT, and we're going to look at where's theirs, that is looking much better. So if you're caught between the two and the hype, they're both being hyped a lot, which now I'm wondering, DEFT, it does appear to be worth some hype there. So for DVLT, I would probably most definitely wait to be getting any more, considering their balance sheet is like this. Of course, none of this is investment advice, obviously, but we had been looking at them right around this range, and then they've had quite a rise. So it is possible that DVLT, they are keep coming out with news. They are staying busy, but I wouldn't want to buy at that range. That's not ready. But I might say if we wanted to get into DeFi, that they're actually having a smallest of a turnaround there, people. And they had a lot of potential over here in the spring, and they were looking profitable. So, and this stablecoin thing from today, I think that's a pretty big deal. So, I don't know, maybe I'll throw something on this one, even though it's on high. No, I shouldn't. I'll see what happens next week.